From his high school coaching days to his current tenure at UTSA, Coach has missed a lot of time with his family. It's just part of the job, right? And because of that, many head coaches have said their wife is the backbone, the foundation of their family. So we asked Coach that question: is Cari the backbone?
Yeah, you'll make me tear up. I'm the softy of the two, right? She's a tough person, and I mean that in the kindest way. But she's for sure the rock. I mean, she's steady. She doesn't get up. She doesn't get down. She keeps me humble. She's not a fangirl. She doesn't really get impressed with all the things that I've accomplished. So she's not that, which is good for me, because pretty much when you're in my profession, you get enough of that kind of stuff. And she keeps me grounded. She's a great mother for those kids, very supportive, and just that's a great way to describe her. Just a tough rock, but she's soft in her own way. She's compassionate in her own way, and she's not lovey, touchy, feely, emotional, which I'm all those things, right? So yeah, I would describe her that way.
And Cari, for you all these years, there had to be some moments where you struggled because you had all the kids and Coach was out being a coach. So all these years, what's it been like for you to, I guess, to have to carry the family sometimes?
I would think that a lot of the coaches' wives in the world would say similar things, and it doesn't matter, what level you're at. Like, you have to, especially with babies, you have to adjust to when they come home. Like, meaning that you've been running the show, you've been doing, you're in survival mode, you're working or not working, taking care of kids, and they go to bed when you want them to go to bed, and all the little routine things, and then they come home and it's like, the fun dad kind of thing, and you have to adjust again. Well, then you get used to that, you get your routine with each other for a little bit, and then they're gone again, so you have to adjust all over again because now you're on your own.
What's Coach like when he comes home after a loss compared to after a victory?
I think it's an escape for him to come home. It was when the kids were little, and it still is. Sometimes he'll say, I don't want to talk about my day. If he really wants to, it'll still come back up later and he'll talk about it. He's usually a 0 or a 10 on his energy. So like sometimes he just comes in and he needs to chill, but if it's a win and it's a high, he is going to come in, and it's only going to last until the next day when he's got to start over for the next week, but he will be on a high the whole night, and everybody around him is going to feel that energy. If it's a low, I don't want to say he just comes home and sulks, because that's not true. It's just that he comes home and he needs to regroup in a different way. He needs to be with his family, or maybe even just watch TV, or just do something to get him out of the football mind, so that the next day when he wakes up, he'll go hard again.
I like coming home. I always have. I love my kids, and it's just who I am. So again, when we do these things, your life just goes by so fast, and your kids are gone, and you don't want to be that guy that wasn't a father and wasn't a husband and wasn't a friend. And I do love coaching. I mean, I love it. I mean, it is a passion, but my other passion is my wife and my children, and I really wanted to be good at that. So yeah, I always want to come home.
He was the dad that was always, I think it's kind of worked out for us in the sense, and it was just a God thing that high school was where we were while the kids were mostly growing up. Yeah. And so we didn't move the same as, I think college families are amazing how they do all that, but he was the one, when he wasn't working, that was in the yard playing with them or taking them on the road with him wherever he was.
Coach, why are you getting emotional?
Oh.
Playing in the yard. He loves all that.
Yeah, I just always have. That's just kind of me. And she's not that way at all. And my kids have busted they know, my children know me so well, and all of them know me so well. Like any scene in a movie,
we have bets.
I feel them all look at me. I'm over there, I'm doing the old eye rub, and all the kids are like, "Look at Dad."
Love it. Their kids are going to mess with him if they see that clip. At the same time, I want to thank Coach Traylor for showing his softer side. Okay, next week in our final segment with Jeff and Cari Traylor, we'll talk about him calling her hotter than fish grease, and what football play does Cari want her husband to run in a game. That's next Sunday on Instant Replay.